Hello gentlemen, how are you? I'm Oscar Brock and welcome everyone to an absolutely insane video. Seriously, that's going to blow everyone's mind. If you're not following me, it means you're not up to date with all the latest and most accurate news from the world of ROM hacking and new Pokemon games. Because what I'm telling you today is top notch. First of all, I apologize for the lack of content. I've gone 2 weeks without uploading a video and all that. I'll also make a video this week explaining my personal situation. You know, I really like to chat with you, open up a bit, and tell you how I'm doing, how I feel, and the things I'm achieving off camera. I think that between us, we can motivate each other, and honestly, I think we can all help each other achieve both short-term and long-term goals. So soon I'll tell you about my life in a video and catch you up. But first, I have to drop a bombshell, which is the reason for this video. This video is crazy because my friend Kike is translating Pokemon Radical Red into Spanish. It's an incredible thing, you know, that a long time ago I set myself a goal. One of my work plans was going to be the translation of Radical Red. I enjoy doing translations for the community because I like contributing to others. I think that a good contribution is a translation, or well, a ROM hacking course like I did back in the day. Or translations, I mean translations of tools and things like that. But translating a Pokemon game is a very serious project, and well, in this case, I decided to translate it. And that's it, I was talking with the creator of the game back in the day. You know that some time ago I suggested it, that I would like to translate it, and Kike himself, I think he heard it and said he wanted to help me and all that. But I never started the project, I never started thinking about the translation itself. It's a project that would take up a lot of my time because it's a binary translation. It's a translation that must be done the old-fashioned way, text by text and dialogue by dialogue, searching for exact words, which is very tedious. Since the project would take at least a year of ongoing translation, I set it aside. I figured once I finish my current projects, if it's still being updated, I'll reconsider it. But my buddy Kike, a person I have a lot of respect and admiration for, and here, let me also take 10 seconds to talk about Kike, because I think he's a guy who's extremely underrated. He's a low-profile person, someone who doesn't have a lot of followers or much impact, but his work truly deserves it. He's recently been one of the top contributors to the community. He's a consistent, quiet worker, doing things the way they should be done. He works really well, doesn't bother anyone, gets the proper permissions, and he's truly someone I admire and respect a lot. Kike, I know you're watching this. I hope that someday we can work together. It's a contribution because, damn, you've told me many times that my translations and such have influenced you a lot. And damn, I think you're someone I'll probably end up working with. That'll probably happen sooner rather than later. Before we see what the game itself is, which Kike lent us to do a little gameplay and announce that the translation is underway, I'd like two things. First, subscribe to this channel, because anything about Ron hacking, big stuff, contributions, things about him, things about the young guy, downloads, tutorials, everything is here, okay? The #1 channel for Pokemon ROM hacking.
Thank you. That's a little selfish, isn't it? I mean, maybe there are 14 more important channels, but well, if I don't believe it myself, no one else will, so I have to say that.
Really, I mean it. Kike is a guy I admire a lot. Kike is someone who told me a long time ago that he started doing translations because he really liked the things I did and all that, and translations of Pokemon and so on. And he wrote to me, he's a guy who has a lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for him, a lot of admiration. He was the translator of Pokemon Unbound, which is something really big. He also translated Stone Dragon 1, 2, and 3. He's now working on the translation of Pokemon Radical Red. He's contributing a lot. Let's Go Lugia. He also translated Let's Go Lugia. I mean, he's someone who's making a ton of contributions. A ton of contributions. He deserves people subscribing, so I'll link his channel in the description. He promised to release the translated game when he hits 30,000 subscribers. Just 10,000 more, okay? He's going at a pace of about 1 city, maybe a city and a half per week, because he's also balancing it with university. I remember when I was juggling computer science, other jobs, and translations. Honestly, it was a great time. I don't know, I find it very sweet, and well, the translation is of a high level, okay? Let's take a look at it. Kike lent me the game so you all can check it out and everything. Here it is, because Pokemon Radical Red in Spanish. You already know that Pokemon Radical Red is practically the hardest version of Fire Red in the world. And seeing it in Spanish is crazy. Honestly, I suggested a while ago to do the translation of Radical Red, but I didn't have time. I had to get involved in many other things and all that. And in the end, I just put the development aside. I mean, basically, the only thing I did was move forward with the permissions and all that. And, well, I never did anything else. And here, Kike took over for me. He started getting in touch with the translators, with the original creators and all that. And they gave him the permissions. And we're going to see a very high-level translation, okay? In this case, new paths open, people are helped, challenges are overcome, and mysteries are solved, okay? Okay. It says, we hope that through this adventure you interact with all kinds of people and achieve personal growth. This is our main goal, a message from the main developers. Here's Professor Oak's full introduction finally translated into Spanish. This is wild. Having Radical Red in Spanish like this, I think it's going to be a turning point in the community. That's going to mean a whole lot of people, seriously a whole lot of people are going to get it, okay? And the translation is practically brand new, okay? The translation was done just a little while ago. They started about a month ago here. It's only just now being translated. And well, so here it's showing us what it's got, okay? The translation is pretty high quality. It has a few little mistakes, okay? It has a few little mistakes. For example, as soon as you start, it asks you the typical questions, right? They tell you, wait a moment, and answer the following questions, okay? The usual stuff. Do you want to play Radical Red without any customization options? If you say no, you can start customizing. You choose the difficulty, and you say, all right, let's go. So, difficulty. Chaos mode, super mega unfair, okay? You have certain abilities. The bosses are even stronger. This game mode is automatically with minimal grinding mode. It means grinding. Minimal grinding. Which can be directly translated as training. I'm not sure how to translate it. Maybe easy or automatic training, or maybe just automatic. But anyway, let's say the chaos mode. Okay, it gets activated, and then you can choose certain things, right? You can choose, do you want to randomize the game and all that stuff? All right, so as soon as you start, you go here. What costume do you want to wear? Let's dress up as Alan. Okay, we put it in the backpack. There's a bag. Jack. Settings menu has options like text speed, battle animations, battle type, sound, controls, and image. There's already a lot of dialogue translated, so it's well done. There are quite a few. There's a lot of dialogue progress and good translation, plus other things you can read, for example. There are some little things left to translate, obviously. Look, for example, do you want to enter a cheat code? No. You take that as everything being translated. Look, it says Jack. It asks whether you have a favorite region. We select yes. And let's choose, well, I don't know. Let's pick Paldea. All right, boom. That's it. So now we have the Paldea starters. We talk to the mom. That's all in Spanish, okay? And then we have a few minor things, but I don't know. Like I said, it's something minimal. For example, let's talk to these girls and they say to you, is that right? Oh, look, and here's what it says. Use Delta GBA or GBA for iOS instead to emulate. You have the characters, posters, just use it. This is also translated into Spanish. But when we finish the Professor Oak event, this dialogue is in English. Why? Because it's not as simple as it used to be with XSE, where you could just open it, write, and translate it directly. Or using the XSE compiler to look at all the dialogue. You see the entire code input, like it was done with Pack Pokemon Prince. And you translate section by section without missing a single line of dialogue. No code involved. Here, it's binary. Here, you have to read through the game, look for the text entries, and translate without skipping any lines. It's complex. The translation system is like what was done in Light Platinum, in Pokemon Glace, and in Liquid Crystal. Like it was done in Ash Gray. Like on Orang Island, it's a more tedious, exhausting translation process. Honestly, people don't appreciate it since they only see the final result. But it takes a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work, okay? Playing Radical Red in Spanish is a blast. The story is basically the same, though there's an event coming. Let's hope it doesn't happen. The same as Fire Red with certain changes. They include Brendan as a rival. They also sometimes include a battle against Silver. The Tienro has more presence. The Tienro is much stronger. All the existing Pokemon are there. All the mechanics are included. We have the Borghese with the moves. You get Gym Leader rematches. It has tons of features. Here's Green's clear message. Okay? Blah blah. Here it tells you. It's explanatory because it's a grass type reason. So basically you have to look for the starter. And whatever you answer to the mother, she'll tell you if you want one Pokemon or another. And that's it. If you answer the mother that you want a Pokemon from Kalos, then you'll get a Pokemon from Kalos. If you want one from Johto, then from Johto. Okay? So let's go with Quasley, for example. Boom, 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 boom. And the rival will get Sprigatito, right? And in this case, okay, you've received a Bulbasaur. That's preset text. But I guess you'll have the Pokemon that's advantageous against your generation starter. Okay? No, he has Bulbasaur. I mean, I didn't remember it was like that. I mean, really, whichever generation's Pokemon you choose, he will have the first generation one. But he'll have the one with the advantage. Well, actually, it could be interesting because, for example, you don't end up forcing him to pick a Pokemon that doesn't have a Mega. For example, if I choose, I don't know, Meganium. You don't need to make him choose Typhlosion without a Mega while you have one. You know? That's good. The Tutor Blue Growl. Let's see. There's Fight, Bag, Run, Pokemon. And all the data about Quaglite. We have Nature. Nature, for example, hasn't been translated yet. But, well, that's a minor thing. The abilities are only partly translated. The moves are being translated little by little. Translating every move by hand is crazy. You really need patience and should realize it's this kind of translation. He told me that the translation speed is basically going to be an average of about 2 cities per week, or a city and a route per week, okay? And he's going to upload all the progress on his YouTube channel, so I think it's worth following him, because I think you'll be able to learn a lot. Well, wait here. In the long run, he beats me. Okay, not this one. I'll speed up a little, and we'll get him out of the way. Come on, I'm going back up to the surface. We're leveling up. Okay, perfect. And that's it. In this case, it's like I told you. This script changes. It speaks to you in English because you have to find this again. That's why I'm saying this translation will be complex. It's true, thank God. Kike will be able to have a very strong database for Pokemon Fire Red. He will be able to find a lot of dialogues. And honestly, it's going to make access to a lot of text much easier. But it's going to be complicated. This translation is going to be complicated. It's going to take quite a while to achieve the final result. Maybe more or less, I'm telling you, it could take a year. Kike works really hard, and Kike is very skilled. He'll likely finish in 6 or 7 months since Kanto isn't very large. It's not that big, but it has some interesting parts. For example, he works at a Pokemon shop and gives you the potion. Alright, we move here. A Meowth Chavaka appears, blocking your path. Go ahead, Quasley Quashly. All this is translated well. Wymos means run. Escape easily. I mean, all things considered, the interface is already translated too. Let's see. These NPCs also talk to you. A Puchiana. I mean, all things considered, man. The progress is significant. The progress is cool. Viridian City. Okay, this is also translated. Okay. All of this is also translated. Look, the excavation group has also translated it for you. The dialogues too. Overall, everything is mostly translated. Look. It's interesting. Honestly, it's interesting. It's made some really nice progress. Look, a Habit, Hamilton. A little Growly. Well, that's it. I mean, basically, I think it's a game you have to pay a lot of attention to, okay? This first video is to talk about what you already know. That the translation is being done. Kike is doing it. I'm telling you, he does incredible work. He won't let you down. He translated for Lambon, who worked on many projects. As the project progresses, we'll create more videos and content to support and encourage him. And just to mention to everyone, guys, if he reaches 30,000 subscribers, Kike will release the game. It's that simple. You have to give him all your support because he deserves it. Because he's a hard worker. Because he's someone who does everything quietly. Working hard. He doesn't get into trouble. The translation is announced. He gets to work and releases it. He creates content so people can also see it in relation to that translation and give him advice. I think he's someone you should follow because he does a lot for the community. And I think we need to support everyone who contributes to the Pokemon ROM hacking community. So guys, leave a good like and subscribe. And I hope you really support Team Loke. We're back with Team Loke, number 5 for the Cult of Inko. And it's blowing up. People are really loving it. We're going to upload tomorrow on this channel. In episode number 4, 3. And it's going to be spectacular. Family. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon, okay?